Enjoy the show.
The Curse of La Llorona. So The Curse of La Llorona is the sixth movie in this franchise, and in the Conjuring franchise, and this stars Linda Cardellini as a mom of two kids in 1970s Los Angeles. And so she plays Anna Garcia. Linda Cardellini does. She's a social worker, and she's a widow raising her two children in LA in 1970s. And she's called to check in on one of her cases, and she finds signs of foul play. As she digs deeper, she finds striking similarities between the case and the terrifying horror, we should say. Yeah, terrifying horror. I'm sorry, let's get back to the point. Terrifying supernatural occurrences haunting her family. Enlisting the help of a local faith healer, she discovers that La Llorona has latched herself onto Anna and will stop at nothing to take her children. La Llorona, also known as the Weeping Woman, is a female ghost in Latin America folklore who lost her children and causes misfortune to those nearby. As she searches for them, she takes out other lost children and making them their own. And Anna turns to mysticism with the help of a disillusioned priest to fight off La Llorona. That is interesting. You're basing this off the Mexican folklore of the La Llorona, who lost her children. That's interesting, right? Big problem, is that you don't take full advantage of it. You don't really take full advantage of this story. That is the biggest negative that keeps this movie from from being higher on my Conjuring Universe. Because I didn't know much about it, but I was interested. I didn't know much about this as far as marketing, but I was actually kind of interested to see how the Curse of La Llorona would turn out. Now, I will say, for the most part, you have some good in here. Linda Cardellini is always great. I love Linda Cardellini. She's great. I loved her ever since Scooby-Doo, especially in the second movie where she wore the leather. That was pretty cool. And even seeing that in the theater, I thought that was cool. Now, I'll say this. The acting is fine from Linda Cardellini, Raymond, Cruz, Patricia, Velasquez, and Sean Patrick Thomas. The acting is good. And the one who plays La Llorona isn't too bad herself. The kids, on the other hand, are hit and miss. I know they're child actors, but it had to be their very first movie because it feels like it was their very first movie. So I can't really blame them. Also, this movie suffers from what the Nun suffer from. Even though I still like the Nun, you did suffer having the overuse of jump scares after jump scares after jump scare after jump scare. And it got pretty annoying really quickly. I really could have done with all the jump scares, because you don't need that many doggone jump scares in a freaking movie that takes place in the Conjuring Universe. So it's not that hard. Yeah, I could easily done without that. And I will say some of your music is nice. You have some good music in here. But it's just, the problem is the direction and the writing is not as strong as it should have been for a movie like this. The character development isn't as strong as it should have been. Not even the premise that you're doing based on this woman who took her kids, it's an interesting premise for a horror movie. I just feel like you kind of took the easy way out, and when you take the easy way out with a movie like this, that is never a good sign. But the cinematography, the score is nice, and the acting, and you get a few moments of decent scares. That does kind of help this movie in the long run. But I gotta say, as someone who is a fan of the Conjuring movies, this was a pretty big disappointment. It was. It was a pretty big disappointment. But I'm not gonna hate on the movie too badly because it did try. And when your movie tries, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. But still, you could have done so much better. But The Curse of La Llorona is not a terrible movie. I'm not gonna give it a skip you out of 5. I'm not gonna say don't waste your time. I would just say judge it for yourself, because you might actually end up liking it. So, all in all, I will give The Curse of La Llorona a Redbox rental. Let me know what you guys think about it down below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I will see you guys in the next review. You guys keep it cool and join the Epictasticness.